Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I will be sharing yet another exciting recipe that was well requested by you lovely people out there. Yes, you lovely people out there requested a whole baked chicken. I know you also requested the stuffing to go with this chicken. Unfortunately, I will not be doing that stuffing today. However, I will do it on another episode. But I will be preparing some cranberry sauce to accompany this baked chicken. And this cranberry sauce that I will be preparing today, I am making it with a little twist. I will be bringing a little Caribbean flavor to this cranberry sauce. You can take me out of Trinidad, but you cannot take the Trinidad out of me. You guys know, if you're from the Caribbean, if you are making any American dish or so, you want to bring that little Caribbean flavor to it. Even if you have to put that one chili pepper in it, or you have to put a little bit of bandana or green seasoning, you want to bring a little Caribbean flavor to your dishes. So these are the ingredients that I will be using to put these two things together, the baked chicken and the cranberry sauce. Here I have all the green seasoning that I went ahead and I blended already. I have here some celery, parsley, rosemary, cilantro, green onion, of course the bandana, and in here has onion, garlic, and pimento pepper, and some hot pepper as well. Here I have some oregano and Maggi cubes, paprika, sazon, and black pepper, the brown sugar for the cranberry, orange, salt. Of course, you know, I need my little bit of ketchup. Today is a little bit of ketchup I will be using. The cranberry that I went ahead and picked out the bad ones, I went ahead and washed it already. If I need to bring the Caribbean flavor to this, I need some bandana, of course, and a little more hot pepper. Some jeera, and I have here some dill, like mere dil kabhi tak koi aayega humdam jo tera pal jayega. It's a food video, not a music video, okay? Jeera, onion powder, garlic powder, some butter to keep that nice and moist and juicy. We do not want a dried out baked chicken. Here I have the cinnamon, some cardamom, some cloves, and my little apparatus here to hold the cloves and the cardamom together. And the star of the show is the chicken and the lemon to wash this chicken. Yes guys, we have to wash this chicken properly because I come from the Caribbean, and Caribbean people make sure they wash their chicken thoroughly before they can add any flavor to it. So come with me, let's start washing this chicken before we can add any flavor to this. Okay, so in my clean sink I am going to put this, and as you can see I have a rack in there. I do not put my chicken flat into the sink. I always use something to rest it on. Everybody has their different ways of doing their things. This is just my way of doing it. I do not like chicken or any sort of meat to touch my sink. Of course, you're going to remove this. We do not need this in there. And we're going to give this chicken a good wash. You see all these yellow stuff that it has here. I'm going to remove all this from the knee, just like that. See, if you do not remove this, this is what you will be eating. Each time I clean my chicken, I have to remove all this thin yellow stuff. It doesn't matter how long it takes to remove. So look at that, it's nice and clean here now. Oops, I have this still inside here. Now I'm going to put my hand, and into the back I'm going to take out all the fat, because it's a whole chicken, so I cannot rip it apart. And you see, to the bottom here, I'm going to stick my finger and remove all of this. This is optional. A lot of people love this, but for me, it's a no-no. All this is coming out. So this is how you give this chicken a good wash. And get your fingers between the ribs and just pull it out. Now, you're gonna push your hand in here and check for any slime in there. A lot of people do not cut out this excess fat. I'm going to cut out this excess fat here. We do not need that fat hanging down. But this is optional. You can leave it if you think it is your desire. You can by all means leave it. Okay. And I know a lot of you are waiting to see if I am going to remove this boom boom. So yes, this boom boom is going out. So what I'm going to do here now is squeeze my lemon. Make sure the lemon juice goes all in here. Stick some inside. Take out these 2 tips. And this is done cleaning here now. Next thing we're going to do here now is pat dry most of the water from here. Alright guys, so there you have it, washed and pat dried nicely. Now we're going to add the seasoning because we're going to add some flavors in there now. The green seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, of course a little bit of ketchup, pepper, sazon and paprika, oregano and Maggi, some salt, and the butter. And give everything a good mix here. Now let's rub in all this goodness. Make sure you get it inside between the skin here. And remember, use your hands. Don't be scared to use your hands. This is something you do not need a spatula to do. Use your hands and ensure all the seasoning goes in here. All the corners, all the creases, all the crevices. Yes guys. Turn it around and give that a good massage there with all these flavors. Make sure to raise up the wing, get it all under the armpits, all under the neck, as if you put in baby powder. Take a look inside there. Look at that guys, if you can see. And now I'm going to tie the legs because I do not like my baked chicken look as though it's in the maternity ward, if you know what I mean. I would not have it bake with the legs open out. Seal this up nicely and I'm going to place this into the refrigerator and have this marinated overnight. Alright guys, so we're back here today with this chicken that has been marinating overnight. And let us just uncover this and see how it looks. Nothing changed. Look at that. Still well seasoned. And what I'm going to do here now is put this into an oven bag. This is how I do my baked chicken. You can just put it in your baking pan, your roaster pan, and cover it, but I usually put it in this baking bag. This is what the oven bag looks like, and don't worry, this is not going to burn in the oven. The instruction for this is place 1 tablespoon of flour in there, and that prevents the bag from bursting. Shake it up, shake it up. Shake it, baby, shake it, and shake it all around. Take this out of here and place it right in here. Take it to tie this up. Okay. Tuck this inside, and here I have this ready for the oven. And while the oven has space, why not put in a sponge cake courtesy Betty Crocker? This is not a sponge cake from scratch, guys. So I placed the Betty Crocker cake in the oven and realized there is lots of space. So why not whip up something else? I have all the ingredients at hand to put a cornbread together. So why not do that? Here I have my buttermilk, sugar, cornmeal, eggs, flour, nutmeg, cinnamon, vanilla extract, and the butter. So this butter is melted nicely. This into there. I should have melted it a little bit more, but that's okay. This will mix in here nicely with the other ingredients. Alright guys, so that was taking too long. I went ahead and placed it in my saucepan, and it is nice and melted there now. In goes my eggs. It is more manageable this way. So you saw my first mistake. I forgot to melt that butter. Do not make that mistake. In goes the sugar. While this is nice and warm, mix, mix, mix. Of course, this would not dissolve and it would not become airy as when you're baking a cake. But you mix everything together. Add cornmeal, a little at a time, and I used brown sugar. You can use white sugar, or you can use both white and brown together. Do you know why I did not use white sugar? Because I am too lazy to get that white sugar where it is. I do not make a lot of things with sugar, so sugar is not something that I will have readily available on my countertop. And goes the flour. Continue to mix, mix, mix until everything is well combined. In goes the nutmeg. Of course, we want some flavor in here. It is not the store-bought cornbread we're having here. It's something from a Caribbean kitchen. And of course, you know, we like to add all those little spices in there to bring out the best flavor. I'm gonna add a little bit of egg shade color to this, so it has a nice rich color. It would not be brown. Look at that, you see color changed already. has a nice rich texture and color as well. And I will add the link to the color in the description box. Grease the dish lightly with butter, and in goes the cornbread mixture. Check it out, guys. And now I am going to place this into the oven. So this is what's happening here now, guys. I'm going to remove this from the bag. Careful when you're doing this, you do not want to get burned because that is steam in there. And if you have never gotten burnt with steam before, don't pray for that to happen to you. This smells amazing. So here I have a mixture with ketchup, barbecue sauce, some butter, and green seasoning. You can add some sugar or some honey if you choose to. We do not like it on the sweeter side, hence the reason I am omitting the sugar. Coat this on both sides of the chicken and pop it back into the oven for just about 15 minutes or so. This will ensure that the chicken is nice and juicy and has a nice glaze at the top when it is finished. And while everything is in the oven there now, I'm going to start my cranberry sauce. And like I said earlier, I'm going to bring a Caribbean twist to this. So this water is hot here now. In goes my cranberry that has been thoroughly picked and rinsed out. That's about 1.5 pounds of cranberries there. In goes some salt. Squeeze in my orange juice. This is a combination of a lot of different flavors, guys. Bringing a true Caribbean flavor to an American dish. In goes the cinnamon. Goes the sugar, because cranberry is very sour. Now here I have my cloves and cardamom. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to drop this inside here just like that. I'm going to put this in this holder. It's going to drop this in here so it will boil away and get all that flavors in there. I will remove it and take all those cloves and the cardamom seeds out of there. And I will add the link to this little apparatus. It is amazing, guys. You can use this when your tea bag doesn't have that that string in it, when you have to use your cloves and other small flavors into any of your dishes. This is just perfect. Dip a dip, dip a dip, Lipton, dip a dip. You remember that advertisement, guys? We are bringing the Caribbean flavor to this sauce. In goes some green seasoning, some weary peppers, and allow this to do its magic right there. And please don't come after me and say this is not the way to make cranberry sauce. What I said earlier is I am giving it a Caribbean twist. So this is my way of bringing a Caribbean flavor. And of course, as you all may know, that I love my spicy dishes. So you can give it a try, or you can just stick to your method. I'm going to allow this to boil until it softens up and all the cranberries have popped. Give this a nice good swizzle, and we're on to the finished product. So check out this, guys. After about 5 minutes, the cranberries have started popping. It does not take a long time to cook. It's very soft and it's a very delicate fruit. You can just use the back of your spoon and just mash it up like this. But I am going for a smoother consistency, so I will use my dal chutney. If you do not have a dal chutney, you can use your swizzle stick, or you can simply use your hand blender to get this nice and smooth. Maybe I'll consider using my hand blender to get that consistency, and I would not have to use the dal chutney. So as you can see there, that is bubbling away and it's softened up a little bit. However, I did put too much of water, so I am allowing this to boil down a little bit because I do not want a thin and runny sauce. It must have some sort of consistency. You don't want it running away from your chicken. So I'm going to allow this to boil down there for a couple minutes again, and then I will pass my hand blender through this. Now I'll go ahead and remove these spices from in here. I'm just going to pass my hand blender through this, make it nice and smooth. In goes my jeera. And if you're wondering if I'm sponsored by Chief, no, I'm not. This is just the jeera that I use. And in goes some fresh bandania. I usually blend it, put it in cubes into the freezer, and whenever I am ready for it, it is right there. Nice fresh bandania in anything that you want to add it to. This sauce smells so good. All it needs now is some hot aloo pie or some nice hot pulaury. This sauce smells so ideal for pulaury. So I'm going to allow this to cool down now and show you what's the end result. And here is the finished cornbread. I like my ends nice and brown, so hence the reason that is the color I chose to. You can have yours nice and lightly colored, but this is my choice. It is a personal choice. Betty Crocker, I'm not taking credit for this cake. This is a Betty Crocker sponge cake. And there you have it, the finished product. My chicken baked to perfection, cranberry sauce with that Caribbean twist to it, the sponge cake courtesy Betty Crocker, and the cornbread baked from scratch. As you can see, the top is a little bit rough, but never mind. Times are rough right now. If you like this video, please give me that nice big thumbs up. Leave me a comment at the bottom. Thank you for watching, and hope that you will consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Bye. Love you.